Welcome to the Science of Gratitude podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Valerie Mukanga, and each week we'll explore how gratitude transforms our lives through powerful stories and insights. Let's dive in. Hello, everyone. Thank you again for tuning in to the Science of Gratitude podcast. I'm so excited today because I have Miss Aimee Piotrowski, who's going to share with us a wonderful story. And so I am actually going to actually give her the mic so she can, introduce yourself. So would you please introduce yourself, Miss Aimee?
Yes, I'd be happy to. I'm Aimee Piotrowski, and I'm a mom of two amazing kids. I've got a daughter that's 20 and in college, and then I've got a rising high school senior. And I'm a school nurse. I've been doing my job for about 5 years, and I absolutely love it. It just fills my soul. It makes me so happy. It's a hard job. It's not easy, but I just love the kids so much. So that's me.
Yeah. Wonderful. For some reason, I thought that you were a teacher, but you did tell me that you were a nurse. Because it was in a school setting, I just a teacher in my brain.
Right. No, my job is much easier than a teacher's job. I don't have to prepare anything. I don't have to grade anything. Yeah, I just get present and love on these kids.
Wonderful. I'm glad that they have such a loving person as you as a nurse, because some people do nursing just, because the pay is good and they don't even love people. So that they have someone who loves them, that's amazing.
Yeah, I love it.
All right. So in your own words, Miss Aimee, would you please describe to us what gratitude means to you, just in your own terms?
Gratitude means to me to be thankful for a gift that you didn't ask for, but you have been given, and oftentimes you don't even realize that you needed it.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. Yeah, I like how you're talking about a gift that you didn't even deserve or ask for.
Right. Right. I mean, the only way that I can describe it is just you have to know that it's from God.
Yeah, you're right. So many things. Yeah, sometimes we just like zoom into what we ask for, but yeah, there's so many things we get that we didn't even ask for.
Right. Yeah.
I really love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So yeah, I'm going to ponder on that. So I was going to ask you now if you would like to start diving into your gratitude story with us.
So I would guess that the biggest part of my gratitude story started 5 years ago. I lost my husband to an airplane accident. He was a ER physician and had his private pilot's license. And COVID had just begun in March and had been flying. He always flew. He had well over 450 logged hours of time, most of which were in the plane, and out to fly one afternoon and did not make it.
Wow, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Thanks.
So sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sudden. I think that there's blessings in that, because if it hadn't been sudden, he would have ended up in the emergency room where he worked, because his plane was close to there. So I'm thankful that his friends didn't have to witness that.
Oh, yes. That's one way of looking at it.
There is blessings all through our grief story. Another is that we had been gone to New Zealand, and we had home, I guess, about 8 months when this happened. And there, his life insurance left, just because and all the things, it slipped through the cracks. So when we were home, he did not have life insurance. the night before he passed away, I was in the kitchen doing dishes and the computer, and I did not know it, but he was signing up for life insurance that night.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
And then it was the very next day at 2:00 that he had his airplane accident and passed. So essentially we didn't have life insurance. But then I dug through the brand new policy and figured out that there was actually a 30-day temporary policy.
Oh, thank God for that.
Yes. And so I called the insurance company. It was a moment of absolute clarity to be able to read and to pick apart this document and write a rebuttal to them at a time when your mind is literally foggy, like everything that you see is fog. But
yeah, it's like
that was God to be able to sit and pick apart that document. And they came back and did award us the temporary portion.
Wow. Well, I'm so glad about that.
That was huge. I had not worked since I was pregnant with Abby. So I hadn't had a job in 15 years. And my nursing license had lapsed. But because of COVID, all you had to do is find a job that was that you would be dealing with something during COVID, and send a small check to the board, and I was able to get my license renewed. So that, and then the head of school at the time came to me and said, "What do you need?" And I said, "I need a job."
Mm-hmm.
Probably you don't thing with computers, but I need it, and I can do anything. And so they came back and they decided that they needed nurses on campus. We had never had our campus before.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got a job. So really, I mean, there are so many moments of gratitude in our story of life. Just things that I didn't know that I would need. Like every morning I had this huge urge just to get up, get all the windows open. I needed to see the light.
Yes.
I had a sense of peace that I did not think I should have because there was no money. We had just bought a brand new house. I didn't have a job. I mean, the list was long as to why I should completely scared. And at times I was. I mean, it wasn't all the time I had peace of mind, but more. And probably the first couple of months, I just had this feeling of, thank you, God, so much for the time that I did have with Scott.
Yes.
Instead of bemoaning, oh, I'm going to be alone and there's no money, it's just that was just placed on my heart to be thankful for the time I did have with him, which would not be, I don't think, my normal reaction.
Oh.
I don't.
It wasn't like your natural bent to just not worry.
Well, I don't worry, but I mean, I don't think it would have been my natural inclination to just be so much for the time that I did have with him.
Right, right.
Instead of, that was my focus instead of all we didn't have. Because I woke up one morning and I was like, I have nothing. I can nothing with this situation. So I'm going to fully trust God in this. You just go back to the scriptures, heard all your life, and you're like, okay, I'm just going to trust in you. Because what else do I have?
Right.
You are more powerful. You love us more than anyone. You have great plans. So I was like, it was a conscious decision that I was just going to trust him with everything.
Wow.
And yeah, so I had peace of mind, and then I had a job, and then I knew that we were financially going to be okay.
Mm-hmm. Did this happen in New Zealand or did this happen in the US?
This happened in the States. Yeah, this
US?
from Burleson.
Oh, okay. So that's
Yeah.
in Texas.
Just moved home 8 months before this had happened. We had bought a house 2 months before it had happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
That was a heavy season. How did you, like, beside being grateful, like, how else did you cope, especially with the children?
I think one of the absolute best decisions I made, especially now looking back, is when there was decisions to be made, we sat and spoke about it, the three of us.
Okay.
I would really let them make most decisions.
Wow.
Like, from what to do with his ashes.
Mm.
That we weren't going to scatter them, and we still have them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know, it was decisions like that. We want mom to go work at the hospital where our schedules will be different,
Right.
but more money. There'll be the security of money, but we won't together as much.
Mm-hmm.
And they decided that they would much rather have me at school with them. So it's that. And then where do we want to live now? And where do we want to go to church? And every decision like that.
Yes.
I mean, I was still the mom, you know, so it's like, here's two great choices. Which one do you guys want to do? We'll do what y'all want. And the three of us have always been very close, but of course we are now.
Mm. Wow.
Yeah.
How old were they when that happened?
Abigail was 15, and Johnny had turned 12 3 days before it had happened.
Wow.
I know, he was so little.
Yes.
Yeah, and then, you know,
it was just a few days ago that you guys celebrated his birthday.
Yeah.
Thank God you got to celebrate. I'm assuming you celebrated a birthday together.
We did.
Yeah. So he had a very happy moment, maybe to like reflect on over the years.
Yeah. Celebration.
Yes. I have, there's somebody that I know, she lost her mother. That was maybe a week before her wedding. And that was even that. I mean, there's no easy way of losing someone.
There's
at all.
Time.
Yeah. There's never a good time. Right. Yeah. And it doesn't even matter how old the person is, really, because I remember losing my grandmother. I lost both of my grandmothers, and one of them passed when she was 81, and the other one also was in her 80s. And it just hurts because even though, you know, they are up in the age, it still hurts.
Yes. Yeah. Hurts. Yeah. My grandmother lived into her late 80s, and that was a tough loss. Because she people so well.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And both my grandmothers, when they passed, they didn't have any, you know, dementia or anything. They were really.
Yes. I do. Yeah.
One of them, my paternal grandmother, before she passed, she started deteriorating, like, you know, being sick and all that. But my maternal grandmother just went to sleep one day, and the next time, you know, went for a nap in the afternoon, and she didn't wake up. Yeah. So you don't even expect anything when it hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah. She used to go around that time to go and pray. And so they were like, okay, she's praying. And then a few hours later, it's like, where's grandma? Yeah. She was gone. It was.
She might have been part of that time.
You said?
She might have been praying for part of that time.
Yeah, no, I'm sure she was, because she was always praying. She was just always praying for somebody, for someone in the family all the time. Yeah. So, I was gonna ask you, did you have any hint that something was gonna happen, or you were just clueless and it happened?
I was completely clueless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But over the years, how did the Lord actually start mending your heart?
Well, gosh. That has been a very interesting thing. I mean, I guess a lot of it has been time,
Mm-hmm.
a thing less.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it feels like that part of my life was never part of my life. And then other times, like 5 minutes ago,
Mm-hmm.
that gravity of loss is it's really odd.
Yeah.
Part of me
Mm-hmm.
knows that I am absolutely still supposed to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the plane with him the day before.
Wow.
So took up, it's often that pilots will go up and work the pattern is what they call it. They take off and land and take off and land. And so I was in the plane with him the night before.
Wow.
So it was 2 takeoffs later
Mm-hmm.
that the plane failed.
Mm-hmm.
So from the beginning, I knew that I was still supposed to be here.
Yes.
And so it's just trusting God. I would say that first calendar year was absolutely the hardest.
Yes.
The first 6 months, I literally saw through fog, and it was hard to make my brain function very well.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep is the worst. Sleep is still hard.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would say that it's been like a gradual mending, and it's just, I could think of anything. It's just, I just keep hearing, for me to trust him in this.
Yes.
And when I begin to worry about things, I try to make a conscious decision to turn it over.
Mm-hmm.
And when it happened, I would say within the first week of it happening, I decided that my job in this, if he had decided that this was okay for me and the children, for Scott to go on early, job was to glorify God.
Wow. Wow.
So that part was an absolute decision. And so
Yes.
ways I was like, okay, well, how do I glorify him in this situation? And
wow. So how did you begin to start glorifying him in this decision?
I would say that is loving people. Part of that is loving people really well. Because you never know how much time you have with people.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
That's really deep.
Yeah. Taking that extra time to love on people as well as you can.
That's a very, very big lesson. In my country, people begin to start saying that you need to love people alive, because many times, especially in our culture, especially our parents, they're not very, or grandparents even, they were not very open into showing emotions, and especially men, like saying, I love you or something like that. In fact, in my ethnic group, that word doesn't even exist, like something to say I love you, So although the word love does exist, but people don't have that expression to say to their loved ones, I love you. And so now, we have this saying, love people alive, because it's usually, at the funeral that you would see, people sharing all sorts of, expression as far as how good the person was and what they accomplished. But when they're alive, we tended not to do that. So now they say, let the people know while they are alive how much you appreciate them.
Yeah.
That's what you have shared.
Yes. I would say another way that I consciously made the decision to glorify God was in my daily attitude.
Mm.
Having a positive attitude, not, poor me, look at what I don't have, on the blessings that you do have.
Yes, and you did say that earlier, to focus on the positive versus, what you don't have.
Yeah.
Think about what you do have left versus what you don't.
Because if God says that this is my life, He is right. I have so much more than many people.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. This is so true. This is so true. I remember something, and I have not yet lost anyone in my close knit family. But my spiritual father was telling me whenever his mother passed, and he said, as he was grieving, the Lord told him, he said that as part of as him loving his mother, wouldn't he want his mother to be happy? And he said, yes. And so he said, well, there's no happiest place like making your upper word, or someone could be, besides being with the Lord. And so that turned him around to where it was like, oh, she's in the most happy place where she could ever be. And that helped him a lot.
Yeah. And that reminds me, probably in the first 3 weeks, I thought, that part of this may have been a merciful thing for Scott, because he had his own things that he struggled with here on earth. And he very much looked forward to going home to heaven.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so, yeah, he would walk around saying Maranatha all the time, to the point that it drove the kids and I crazy. So, yeah, he very much looked forward to going home to heaven. I was like, not yet.
Let's go over.
We had to raise. So I do think that part of him going home early, what I feel like is early, was merciful to him. Because
it was his desire.
Yeah. Things that he struggled with here on earth, he doesn't have to struggle with anymore.
Absolutely not. Yeah, he does not at all.
Yeah.
Joy, joy, and joy forevermore.
All right.
Wow. Oh, that's a heavy story. That's a heavy story. Story.
Yeah. I'd do it all. If God was like, this is what I need you to do, I'd be like, okay, let's do it over again.
I have a quick question that popped on my head right now. How do you feel whenever you hear of a plane crash happening just in the world, anywhere in the world? How does that make you feel?
It's horrifying, because I would not wish what happened to us on the worst human being on this planet. Yeah, to this day, small aircraft, if they're close and the sound of them really gets me. When is that going to stop? I don't know. And so Abigail and I decided long ago that when we would feel that we would just pray.
Yes.
And we get on commercial airlines all the time. We just, we don't trust the little plane anymore.
Yeah, right. And we would not know what happened to the aircraft, to his plane?
We don't know. The FAA blamed it on him, of course, but that's just, I feel like that's just what they do.
That's heartbreaking. But I love, the angle that you took us through, which is just, leaning heavily on the mercy of God and the positivity and the gratitude, that's very inspiring and impactful for somebody hearing this story, whether it's any sort of accident that anyone may have gone through or may have lost a loved one through, or even, experiencing, a loss in the family and, with the people who have stayed, how to cope. This is very, very rich. Very, very rich.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No, you're
Hopping on. So from what I got, is to trust God, the lessons, to be grateful.
I mean, he's in control and he loves you. Why would we need him?
Yes.
Hard, I suppose. I guess that's why someone wouldn't trust him, because it's hard to give up that control.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, that part's easy for me. I don't care to be in control.
Just in general.
I don't like it.
Yes. And then you also talked about the knowing of the fact that you're supposed to be alive, because it could have happened like 2 rides, before, and it did not.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. Then you also talk about loving so well and hard.
Yeah.
So these are all lessons, that God wants us to learn and to master.
Yes.
Actually.
Yeah, that was one of the things I asked God early on.
Mm-hmm.
Is want me to get from this? How do I, and I think it's good to ask him those questions, because he will tell you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And one thing I didn't expect at all is how you, I love how you said that you included, your children in the decision making. Obviously, still being the parent, but like, giving out of a few choices that you thought were good choices, and you would go with what you guys would decide together. And yeah. I love that, actually. That's a great.
I really like that was one of my best decisions. And it just, the first few days when I was like, there's this choice and there's this choice, and I don't want the kids to come back when they're adults and be like, Mom, why did we do it this way?
Yes.
But that's where that came from. I was like, they should have a voice in this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
For Dad.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Right.
Yeah.
Wow. I was going to ask you this question also. So is there anyone in your life now that, because I know that many times you go through hard situation, you end up being some way, somehow a witness to someone else going through similar situations. Has that happened to you, to where like you have been, giving hope to people around you who may go or be going through the same or a similar situation than that you went through?
I think so. So about a year after Scott passed, we moved into this great little quiet neighborhood. And it was about 6 months after that, that my neighbor across the street, her husband fell. He was putting lights on the house for Christmas, and he passed away.
From the fall?
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And we kind of talked before that, and she knew I was a nurse. So they came and got us. And so I was one of the first ones on the scene.
Yes.
We walked this road with them. She has 2 boys. And so, yeah. Yes, absolutely. I do think that.
So you were able to bring comfort to her.
Yeah, and she's absolutely one of my best friends.
Oh, wow.
She has started a widow group at her church.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's mind-blowing.
It is. It's very sweet. So she will meet with widows one-on-one to try to talk them through this. And we all get together and do things as a group also. And I think that I've been able to impact kids at school too, because we're 5 years out and not everybody knows. But the kids see me and they see how I behave, and then they later learn that has happened, and they're just astonished. They're like, but you live this way, but yet you've been through this. And I'm like, yes. So I think it impacts, the precious
generations.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my goodness. This was a story.
So there's good in it.
There's good in everything.
There's good, hard. God is good all the time.
He is.
Yeah.
It's not a slogan. It's the simple truth.
It's not. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much. I mean, thank you so much for sharing such a deep experience that's not even easy to talk about, because obviously in the beginning I saw you tear up.
It's hard. And and it's like the further as the years go on, talk about it as much, I guess.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you so much for trusting us with this.
Oh, you're welcome. I've enjoyed it.
Thank you, especially because you said that you don't really like to get on camera, but you do it for me, so I feel special.
Yes, you are special.
Thank you so much.
You're special. Yeah, I love you.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, I love you too.
Yeah, you've been bright lives. You have been a bright light in our lives.
Oh Lord, thank you so much. We do that. It's God in us,
It is. Yeah, I can see it.
Yes. So, okay, as usual, anytime I see you, you have something nice on. So I absolutely today love your blouse. And some way, somehow, we are both wearing white.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
I love that blouse. So, yes, thank you so much. I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
And especially because you have, you're part of a group that help widows. If somebody, and even you inspire children, if somebody wanted to get in touch with you, how would they be able to do so?
I think the best way would be email. AimeeP7@gmail.com. And my first name is AIMEE, and then Piotrowski, AimeeP7@gmail.com.
Okay, wonderful. I will definitely make sure that we put the information out, because I know that you would be such an inspiration for so many.
Yeah.
I know that you would actually reach back out to them.
Of course. Yes.
So that would be the end of our episode, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, Miss Aimee, thank you so much for, agreeing to come in spite of the fact that you don't usually do this. I so truly, truly, truly appreciate it. And a special prayer for you is that God continue to use you in this capacity, continue to give you a grateful heart, because, it is in an instant that somebody can turn around and stop, leaning on the positive to leaning on the negative and being, grouchful and all that. So I pray that, the Lord helps you keep your heart pure. And I pray that He helps you continue to make great impact for the children at the school and anyone that you meet, such as me. You have definitely impacted me. And, I just pray that God just overflow His love, towards you, and that He helps you keep taking great, great care of your children as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. So until we meet again, everyone, have a blessed one. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Science of Gratitude podcast. If this episode resonated with you, please subscribe, share it, and leave us a review. Your support helps us keep spreading the power of gratitude. And until next time, stay grateful. God bless you.